Burns good.
Welcome to FuddyBuddies Hot Ones, where we have guests come in and we do hot wings and even hotter questions. Today we have Judah Aldy. Welcome, Judah.
Thank you.
Judah, I know about yourself. You're like a master electrician, a triathlete.
Wanna be?
Yeah. You're like just super swole guy.
Yep. Some days.
Yeah. Just tell the audience about yourself. Like, give us a quick intro. Like, what are some of your hobbies? Like, where did you grow up?
So I am currently 27. Grew up in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Moved up to Kansas City with family. Yeah. Currently working as an electrician. Hobbies would be pretty much anything outdoors. That section of my life is really full right now, and there's always new stuff to do outdoors, but currently it'd be like skydiving, training for triathlons and triathlons, hockey, volleyball, so sports, and dirt biking, motorcycles, stuff like that. A little bit of everything, a little bit.
Very nice.
Yep.
Before we actually jump into the wings, like, how well do you do with spicy food?
I don't really know. I try some spicy things and like most of them. Yeah, we'll find out.
Okay.
I think pretty good, but that could be way off.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yep.
All right. Wing one is on the very left, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I always double check, just because.
The big one.
All right. Cheers.
Alrighty. Not bad.
Cool. So your hobbies are pretty extreme, as you just said, like ranging from skydiving to dirt biking. Mm-hmm. What kind of like got you into like the adrenaline kind of sports?
The first one would have been skydiving. Was the first extreme sport I did. I just turned 18, and it was actually one of my older brothers' like dream to go skydiving, and so I don't know if he was waiting or just didn't think about it till I turned 18 and was able to go. But we went together and a bunch of friends. That's kind of what got it started is that, and then I would go once or twice a year with a bunch of friends. I'd just invite a bunch of people, and we'd go do tandem skydives. And yeah, that was kind of the first kind of high risk sport, if you want to call it sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably when I got started, was 18.
Yeah. And then I know you're like certified, but like kind of describe the process it takes to like go from tandem to like solo jumping.
Mm-hmm. So it's different at different drop zones, DZs. The one I went to, they require you to do 3 tandems. And so like most, or some won't require the 3 tandems, but it's a good practice. It's a safer way to start. So you do 3 tandem jumps, then you start something called AFF, accelerated free fall. As a student, you jump, again, it's different at different drop zones. The one I went to, we jumped with one AFF instructor. Before you do that first jump, you have to do a 4-hour class called a ground school or ground class. That entails like a lot of just like listening to all the failures of what could happen. What are you going to do if that happens to you? A lot of just like hard rules to follow, but at the same time, like, this is a fun sport, you'll enjoy it, but let's be safe and enjoy it. So a lot of good information in that. Then it's like 9 jumps that are with an AFF instructor holding on to you, or getting the first jump, he's holding on to you, not going to let you go for any reason, and he wants to see you be just altitude aware. He wants to know that you are in control and you're not spinning him out of control, that you can fall belly down, and that you can respond to hand signals that he gives you, and then that you can read your altimeter and pull within a very small window. From that, you kind of progress to, like, he jumps with you. He's still attached, but some way through he'll let go and see if you can stay stable, or if you start spinning or leaning one way or sliding one way. After that, he'll do jumps where he is not attached to you, but he's right next to you in case you start spinning out of control. Then he wants, before he's done, so like in those 9 jumps, every jump you do, you're doing stuff under free fall, and you're also working on stuff under canopy, where that's when your instructor's not there. Like during free fall, it's the fun part that you'll remember. The canopy work and the landing are the kind of scary parts, in my opinion, because that's when everyone else is under canopy. You run into each other, you get tangled up, you don't have a canopy overhead, you die. You know, or landing, you don't know what to do. It's your first time doing it, but you're expected to land and not break anything. So you have progressions in each one. Like each jump, you have a skill set that you're working on to go to the next level. They plan for it to take 25 jumps. So first 9 you're jumping with an AFF instructor, and then the rest, after your 3 tandems and those 9, the rest are going to be with a coach. So they don't have an instructor's rating, and they're not really going to be holding on to you. They're more going to be there for you doing just like visual skills. Like they're free falling next to you. You've already gone over what your skill you're going to try to practice, whether it be tracking, docking, which is where you come up and grab onto someone. Trying to think of the other skills we had to do. Front flips, back flips. Most of those skills are less about being able to do a front flip or back flip, but more about getting unstable and being able to regain stability. Mm-hmm. After your 25th jump, or on your 25th jump, you have to do almost all the skills you've learned over the 25 jumps or 24 jumps. You have to do all those skills in one, basically. You have to do a front flip, a back flip, a barrel roll. You have to dock. You have to track away. And I think you also have to do like a 360 turn, a 180 turn, or 2 180s and 2 360s, something like that. So yeah, after your 25 jumps, you've checked all the boxes, which includes landing, standing up a couple of times, landing accurately. They make you do one jump where instead of going up to full altitude and jumping out and having a minute of free fall, you jump out low, where you jump out with no time to do free fall. You need to get stable as quickly as possible and pull your parachute. And that's called a hop and pop. And so you got to do one of those, and then after you've checked all your boxes, you take a test and you have your A license, which lets you jump as long as you have your own rig. Pretty much anywhere. There are some places that have restrictions for B license. You have to have your B license or better.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. Still learning a lot, but it's been fun.
It's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Should we go into the next wing?
Let's do it.
Okay. Doing all right?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool. If you could relive one day from your past, what would it be and why?
This question requires a lot of time to give an answer, unless you just want a random answer. It depends on if your reason of reliving it is to change something or just to enjoy that day again. I think one day that comes to mind would be it's not the day that I got saved or anything like that, but it is the day that kind of the first time I felt like the physical Lord's presence, just like physically felt Him speaking clearly in my life. I was 12 years old in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I was in our house of prayer in Hattiesburg. I think it was a Sunday morning, and I just remember kind of pacing in the back of our main auditorium and just again feeling the presence of the Lord, hearing Him talk to me about what He thinks and believes about me and how much He loves me, and even just hearing what He had to say about some other people in the room, and was given a chance to even share some of those with some people. So definitely stood out. And I guess the reason is like, I don't think I felt it that strongly since then, and that was pretty awesome. Good feeling.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so you mentioned, so your family like had a house of prayer in Hattiesburg.
Mm-hmm.
Like how long did that happen? Go for?
The actual house of prayer, I could be way off on this. Maybe 4 or 5 years of like a prayer room, similar to what was at IHOP, meaning 2-hour sets. We were never 24/7, but we did all during the day, and we did have like a night staff. I just don't think we did like 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and 6 a.m. We may have started at 6 or 8 a.m. every day. Yeah, before that would have been our house, or a church where we met, like a typical church in a building. And before that would be our home church.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Ready for next ween?
Let's do it.
Okay. Good?
Still good, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a good flavor.
Yeah.
It's like a salsa, a Mexican salsa.
What are, like, in the season life, what are some of the most, like, important things to you, like, that you spend a lot of time and energy on? And
Mm-hmm. In this season right now, something I spend a lot of time and energy on would be training for races, triathlons, runs. So that's pretty important. Our church community, just learning and finding more ways to spend energy and time on that. But that's one that's pretty important, and family.
yeah. With the, like, you have a triathlon this upcoming weekend, and, like, you have a bunch of races lined up for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what inspires you to, like, do all these races?
I think what I find the most inspiring would be even like my belief that it can't be done and wanting to try it. I'd say that one of the strongest motivators for me was just doing it with others. I tell people I did a lot of running before, but it was pretty much solo the whole time. A lot of it was solo. And I remember last marathon I ran, I was like, I'll never do this again. Because I ran it by myself, and I was like, never again. Never see me out there again. I'll never do it. Never train. And yeah, once you actually got our friend group into doing triathlons,
Big regret.
Just being able to train with people made it a lot more enjoyable. Yeah. But even just, again, seeing other, as much as it is, like with me, like not believing I can do it, but trying and seeing like just the feeling of succeeding at something that previously you don't think you could do. Seeing that in others as well is amazing.
Yeah. Ready for number 4?
Ready.
Okay.
As long as it's like those small steps up, it will be good. But if it's a big step up, it's a drastic.
It's like little step, little step.
The power of the sun. The palm of my mouth.
Yes. If money wasn't a concern, like, where would you want to go? What would you want to do?
There's too many answers to that question, and I don't know any of the good ones. Money was no concern. I don't have a lot of good reasons why, but I would want to go to Switzerland. I would just want to travel.
Yeah.
And see, just again, not necessarily, I may have a list written down somewhere of some places, but I feel like most of mine are like, oh, this person said this would be beautiful to see. I want to go see that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, some traveling, some hiking, some dirt bike tours, some skydiving along the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it would be cool to do some traveling, even just not overseas or anything, but to do like a United States trip in like a van, something like that.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
No specific spots, just travel and see as much as I can.
Out of the places that you have been, what are like some of the most coolest or like beautiful places that you've been to?
Well, I haven't been very many places. Coolest would definitely be Moab, Utah. Probably just the coolest place I've been. So very cool, but also there's a lot I haven't been to.
Yeah.
Very beautiful desert. I think it would be fun to do the 5 national parks in Utah.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
Utah's
I mean,
another
Arizona would be another just amazing one to see.
Gorgeous, yeah. Yeah, easy as all.
Those would be good. Ready?
Yeah. Any last words?
Oh, I'm so excited.
What does he say? Lord bless the chicken nugget from the vine? Something like that. Let's do it. Whole nugget. Whole nugget. Thing is solid. It's soaking wet. This is the Apollo. Made with the Apollo pepper. Alrighty.
I didn't make the sauce. Like in
Put it on the wings.
He did a good job. He did his job well.
This doesn't help.
I didn't expect it to help.
This doesn't help either now. This only helps if it's on your tongue. This helps for later on.
Burns good.
incapacity.
Man, I haven't cried in so long.
Feels good, right?
Cleansed.
Jesus.
It's making my makeup run. Every time I think it's done.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna clean out the sinuses real good.
I'm supposed to ask you a question, but...
I think this meant to be wrong.
Thanks, dude. Hey, Rob.
What's Judah got coming up in the next?
Exactly.
What do I have coming up?
Yeah, tell us what's coming up for you in the next in the next months in your life. What are you looking forward to that you might not have mentioned yet?
Well, I'm a runner, so I'm going to mention I'm a runner. The question was, what is coming up in the next couple months
What you're looking forward to?
that I'm looking forward to?
Yeah.
One thing that's just pretty hot on the mind right now would just be like my tongue not burning. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, the triathlon coming up this weekend. It's pretty exciting. Done a lot of training for it. Hoping for good results. I know you're not supposed to trust or rely on the race day adrenaline, but it's where I'm at. I'll spend the weekend after down in Butler, Missouri, skydiving. And then we have a camping trip the weekend after that. Well, we'll be doing some camping as a church.
Spot and race right after that.
Yep, mid June, we'll be taking a trip to Colorado Springs. Me and possibly my older brother Jeremiah will be doing a 50K race, which I've only done one of. But we're going to throw some obstacles, 60 obstacles. And if you can't complete the obstacle, you get to run more, you know. So 50K plus. Like we signed up for the competitive division. There's like a fun run and then the competitive. I don't know, I believe the difference is like there's actual penalties for not completing the obstacles the right way or not completing. So it's either like again, I don't know for sure, but either more running, push-ups or burpees or something like that. Trying to think of anything in June I have. I think there's another triathlon in June. Shawnee. I think the Shawnee triathlon, which, if I'm not mistaken, is another Olympic distance. So that'll be good to kind of get this one out of the way, get a good baseline, and try to beat that time. I was very happy with last year. We did 3 races, and each race I was able to get a better time each time. They were good.
Maybe we should ask Christopher a question. So what are you looking forward to?
Like now it's just numb.
I'm still feeling pain.
I think I'm good now, but yeah, that was pretty intense. It was definitely hotter than I think anything else I've tried. I've done the Blazing Challenge a couple of times.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Never, or I guess not Blazing Challenge, but I've had the Blazing Sauce a couple of times. And then pretty regularly would do the Mango Habanero, which for a long time was number 2. Now it's like number 5, so they've come out with a lot in between.
Yeah, I was like, you just want to do well with this because of buff B-dubs, you always get something pretty hot.
Yeah, it's been a while since I'd done mango. You know, I like mango for the flavor. Like it's really hot. It is hot, like it hurts, but it has really good flavor as well. But it got to the point where the flavor was no longer worth the next day. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's good flavor, but at some point you make a decision.
Yep.
So
I think that's about it.